We recently covered Bernie Sanders' report on Amazon's history of labor violations. Well, there's some action. You might have already seen reports on this, but the Teamsters Union just launched the largest strike against Amazon in US history, and it's already being suppressed by law enforcement. Take a look at this video. So I swear to God, we decided we're gonna do a story on this major strike against this massive corporation, and we can't even get to our first broadcast to talk about it before the videos come out of people being arrested for trying to join the strike. That was an Amazon worker who just tried to join the strikers and is being hauled away. I literally couldn't even tell you what the crime that they're being charged with, except that it's Amazon. They're gonna be protected by law enforcement. The state is always going to protect these major corporations. And you can see some amazing symbolic photos going around. Take a look at this. The NYPD locked arms to protect Amazon, like forming a human chain to protect them. Let's be very clear. None of these protests are violent or anything like that. It's not like the police need to do any of this. They're going to do all of this because the mere act of protest against a corporation like Amazon, with the wealth and political influence that it and its owner have, is utterly unacceptable. I would say long overdue, but also from the point of view of the establishment, utterly unacceptable. And so the strikes began. I can't even tell you if they're continuing. They might have already been crushed, but they were planned in San Francisco, New York City, Atlanta, Illinois. There are other facilities that are also prepared to join, depending on how long this goes or if a deal is made. Theoretically, we could see this start to snowball. But warehouse workers and delivery drivers at 7 facilities currently have organized a strike to push the company to negotiate for a collective bargaining contract, including changes to pay, benefits, and working conditions. The Teamsters say they've also organized picket lines at hundreds of additional warehouses and delivery hubs, encouraging non-unionized workers to picket under the US labor law that protects workers' rights to take collective action to advance their interests. And obviously this is timed to be in that immediate run up to Christmas when Amazon deliveries are, I guess, most necessary. They want to put as much pressure on Amazon as possible. Yaz, this is huge potentially as the possibility of becoming one of the most major strikes in the last few years. What do you make of this?
Long overdue, right? We would all love to live in a country where the products and services that we consume and use are ethical, right? And that they help the workers and they help the people and they help society and all these things. But that simply is not the world that we live in, because we live in a capitalistic society. And capitalism, by definition, is not the best thing for the workers, because if you pay the workers enough, if you give them more concessions, then it's worse for the bottom line and worse for the business, right? The thing I don't get about this is the cops who are there, like joining, like making a chain and protecting Amazon. Like the cops, they have a union, they have protections, they reap the benefits of collective bargaining. And here they are, what, just like doing what they're told, just following orders. You really have to imagine that this is why there are so many right-wing cops, because like they have to really drink that Kool-Aid so they can retain their own sense of self-respect or something as they go against people who are really in the same boat that they would otherwise be in. So I really hope that whenever there's something like this happens in the country, my concern is that it's not sustainable long term, or that it won't be sustained long enough for any kind of meaningful change to be enacted. So I really hope that this goes the distance and they get what they deserve out of all of this.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, what I would love to see is, some of these politicians get out there. I mean, it's in New York City. You could see AOC could go. Bernie Sanders obviously has shown support before. I would love to see him there.
Yeah.
There's a great opportunity, by the way, for the Democrats to show what side of workers' rights they're on. We know we're coming off an election where Donald Trump did a lot of cosplaying of caring about working class people. Fox News is going to be demonizing this 24/7. They're going to be very clear what side they're on. Question is, will the Democrats be just as clear? When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?